Hi! We are the 8 Strings. I am Nika the violinist, and you may notice Yubin is not here next to me, and that's because today's video is about a violin piece. This is our first video on Suzuki Method. We received a request from one of our subscribers. Thank you, Chion. And we decided today to do the first movement of Sonata in G minor by Henry Eccles. In the next videos, we will cover some more songs from the Suzuki methods for both violin and viola. If you have any song suggestion for us, please leave it in the comments down below. This sonata is composed by the English composer Henry Eccles. He was born in 1670 and died in 1742. So we can think of him as a contemporary of Johann Sebastian Bach. This sonata is therefore a Baroque piece of music, and it was composed in 1720. And apart from this movement, which is a slow movement, we have 3 more movements, more faster, dance-like movements. Let's observe first the indication at the beginning, right above the first note. Do you know what it means? The word grave in musical terms, it means a piece that is meant to be serious and played in a slow tempo. Among the other musical terms indicating the tempo, grave is one of the slowest. To give you an idea, you can take a metronome and set it somewhere around 25 to 45 beats per minute. Suzuki's fingering suggestions are not exactly right for Baroque music. I won't go too much in detail now, but for Baroque music, you would want to stick to simple fingerings, mainly in lower positions, and using open strings. If you want to learn more about fingering choices, click the card here. The fingering that you have in the part is a romantic fingering with a lot of shifts. It can be good for training, but for Baroque style of music, check the description of this video where you can find sheet music with my suggested fingerings. Now let's focus on bow distribution, which is important in this kind of slow piece. Start the piece at the middle of the bow, so that you have enough bow for the next note, which is a longer note. Starting in the 3rd measure, there is a crescendo until the forte in the 5th bar. Try to gradually increase the bow in each direction, but be careful on the last 8 notes. You have to go near the tip so that you have enough bow on the next note. The next section has even more legato notes. Here as well, on each legato that lasts more than 1 beat, try to anticipate it by placing your bow so that you have enough for the next note. If you find yourself with very little bow, then you more likely use too much bow on the previous notes. In a slow piece such as this one, it is also important to pay attention to your vibrato. The slower tempo allows for more diversity of vibrato. In the Baroque style, the vibrato is used only a little or even none at all. Here is an example of too much vibrato. I would not recommend to play this piece with this kind of vibrato, as this would be more fit to romantic style. Here is an example with less vibrato. Although not exactly a Baroque style, I prefer this kind of vibrato. When you play in a drier place, like I was in this case, you may want to add some vibrato to make the sound more alive. To make it more diverse, I would suggest that in lower dynamic, to not vibrate that much, as I see this piece as having a peaceful mood in quieter moments. You can increase the vibrato on the crescendos and in forte dynamics. If you need some tips on vibrato, you can watch our video right here. Now, I would like to say one more thing. You see that repeat sign over there? Musically, when you repeat a portion of a song, it is a good idea to play it just a bit different than the first time, so that in this way you would sound more interesting. In this case, I would suggest that the second time you play, try to exaggerate the dynamics. So, playing piano, more piano, and forte, more forte. Okay, these were our tips on this first movement. Now I will play the piece so that you can hear my interpretation. In the next video, I will do a practice along on this movement. We hope you enjoyed the video and that these tips are helpful for you. Bye!